Hey y'all, it's me, Demetria. All right, so I finally got around to making this video, and as you can see from the description of the video, and as you probably have heard from talking to me, I've managed to lose 130 pounds in about a year, a little bit over a year, but the big kicker here is that I've managed to lose 90 pounds in 5 months. Yes, you heard me right, 90 pounds in 5 months with no drugs, no surgery, no grueling workouts, and no gimmicks. All I had was real food. Trust me when I tell you, if you eat the right way and follow my foolproof method, you will certainly have the same success I had with the ketogenic diet. I'm telling you, it's really, really amazing. People that I have talked to that have started trying it are dropping weight just like left and right or whatever. But what I'm gonna do with this video is make this a 2-part video. The first part of the video is gonna be dealing with the scientific part of it, the part to me that really was crucial for me to stick through it. And I think that a lot of people don't really understand what happens to their body when they eat a certain food. You know what I'm saying? Like they eat, they know they go to the bathroom, and it's kind of, that's like the digestive process in their head. Either upsets their stomach or it don't. If it agree with them, great. If it doesn't, you know not to eat that again. But the thing about it is that keto is certainly different from anything you may have tried. If you say, oh, I've tried everything. If you have not tried the ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting combined, you have not tried everything. I'm gonna do this video in 2 parts. The first part is gonna be like, the scientific part of it or whatever. But the second part is gonna be the nitty gritty. What did I do to lose the weight? What I ate, how I ate, what did I avoid, and the things that you can do to make sure that you have the same success that I had. So right now, I'm gonna go just a little bit into, what is insulin? What is the ketogenic diet? What is intermittent fasting? Why is insulin important? Why do I need to know about it? Why I just want to lose weight, but why do I need to know about insulin? Okay, that's the crucial piece. So stay tuned. All right, so being that I'm a healthcare professional, registered nurse, I would be remiss to not, like I said, bring some science to the table about what makes keto so powerful and the most powerful tool for fat burning, fat loss, and easier maintenance over time. Because like I said, everybody can lose weight, be it cutting calories or just exercising themselves to death. But the hard part has been and will always be for the majority of people keeping the weight off. I was a sugar addict. And I knew that was something that I was gonna have to change about myself. I knew that if I wanted to be a good mom and feel good, I had to get rid of the sugar. Research is key. All you gotta do is just Google the dangers of sugar. I mean, I'm telling you, it's just amazing just why they put this stuff in everything. Like I said, I saw brain scans, images of brains of people on sugar, no different from the brains of people that are on heroin and cocaine. So I'm thinking, okay, so yeah, I really am addicted to this drug. You know what I mean? It really is a drug. You get the same high and the same everything, and for me, it was just like, in order for you to live a decent life, you've got to get rid of this. All right, so when I researched the education piece to the whole thing, I found out that a calorie really isn't a calorie. Like I said, that's probably the biggest lie perpetrated amongst humanity of all time, especially as it relates to the diet industry. Because as you'll see, hormones play the biggest role in weight loss and weight gain. If you have extra fat, overweight, obese, your hormones that play into your fat storage or fat burning, they're all out of sync. And the only way that you can actually really reel them back in is with the ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting. First things first, before we even get into what is the ketogenic diet, I'm gonna go ahead and discuss what is insulin. And I'm starting with insulin first, which is probably not really something that you may have seen in other ketogenic videos, but I'm starting with insulin first because it's really the most crucial hormone that is involved. I'm starting with it too because a lot of people think that insulin is something that diabetics take for medicine. And that's just not true. I've actually had some people say that to me, well, I don't need insulin, I'm not diabetic. And I'm like, well, no, that's not right. There's obviously a education piece that's missing that people just they're not able to put that together. Insulin is the hormone that regulates how our body processes the sugar we eat, whether it's from pasta, desserts, fruit, or whole grains like oatmeal. We're gonna get on whole grains in a minute. Now, normally we have about 2 teaspoons of sugar in our bloodstream at any given time. But anytime you have more than the 2 teaspoons, you have a very toxic situation sitting up in your body. And that's when you start to see things like atherosclerosis, which is just fancy word for hardening of the arteries that causes strokes, all sorts of heart issues, heart attacks, you name it. It is not what you want. You also can get things like arthritis, things like all types of inflammation all throughout your body, just aches and pains, all sorts of things that happen just from having that sugar constantly in your blood. We're consuming sugar in the quantities that in the history of humanity it's never been seen before at the levels that we're consuming sugar. Where statistics are saying that the average person consumes 145 pounds of sugar a year, and some of us have even more than that. You know what I mean? That's insane. And unless you really go out of your way to try and avoid sugar, it's nearly impossible. Start reading your labels and you will see that sugar is in nearly everything. There are a few things in there which are keto foods that don't have the sugar in them. It's too much sugar going on and it's killing us. It is killing us. It's making us fat, but most importantly, it is killing us and it's killing the kids. So at the end of the day, Big Pharma cannot survive without the sugar industry. If we were to take the sugar industry and everybody just kind of gave it up, let's say the whole world went keto, the Diabetes Association would no longer exist. We wouldn't have the American Diabetes Association. It's a lot to think about, and that's actually a good topic for another video. Okay, so now that we got that part out of the way, so let's just go ahead and discuss what is the ketogenic diet. What is it? What are ketones? People here have heard that and they're like, what is that? So basically, the ketogenic diet is a high fat, low carb, moderate protein approach to eating where you are switching your body's energy source from glucose to ketones. And ketones are a byproduct made by our kidneys that help. They're just an alternate source of glucose. Think about it. If we ran out of all the pasta, bread, and every single source of added carbohydrates that we normally have, do you think we would all just keel over and die? No, thank God. Because our body actually has a different way that it can work. And it actually works more efficiently with the ketones. Ketones are actually our body's preferred source of fuel because it burns cleaner and gives us more energy. Our brains love ketones. They perform so much better. Ketones, like I said, ketogenic diet was actually initially brought about, as the literature tells, I beg to differ. I say that the ketogenic diet is actually an ancestral diet. They did not have the starches and the breads and the pastas back in the ancestral days. That they didn't have the stuff that we have now. So they were eating low carb diets, only getting their fruit as it was available, which was seasonal. But it actually came about as something that was normally used to treat epilepsy in children that were resistant to all sorts of drug therapies and everything that was a standard treatment. They used the ketogenic diet and they found out that this high fat diet allowed people for the first time to be able to live a normal life seizure free, or at the very least, the least amount of seizures that they would have experienced without the ketogenic diet. It's proven to be effective for Alzheimer's disease. Diseases of the brain benefit tremendously from ketones in the bloodstream. It puts our body in a fat burning state. You get to a point where you become keto adapted. And like I said, it's a lot of debate about exactly what keto adaptation is and how you know that you're in the state of keto adaptation. But I can say from my own personal experience, I knew that I was keto adapted when I stopped being hungry. And to the point where my body was literally living on its own fat. I could go a whole day and not actually really get physically hungry and feel so energized. Like, the more empty my stomach felt, the more energized I felt. It's a very, very weird thing. If you never experienced it, it's gonna sound crazy. What is the intermittent fasting? Now, this is the important part, and this is where you need to listen up. So if you have not and are not doing intermittent fasting, but you're still gonna try to do the ketogenic diet, I highly recommend that you stop what you're doing and listen to me. You will not have the success that you could have with the ketogenic diet without the intermittent fasting. They work hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly. So stay tuned, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to know about the intermittent fasting, because that is what helped me and led me to dropping the weight so quickly, where I was losing 15 to 20 pounds per month without hardly having to exercise and just eating real food. And intermittent fasting is a tool, a pattern of eating and not eating. It is not calorie counting. It is not calorie restriction, anything like that. I started off counting calories just to gauge portion sizes, but I no longer count calories, and I don't really need to. I just really look at the macros, how much protein, carbs, and fats am I consuming. That's really telling me mostly what I need to know. So what's the big deal about intermittent fasting? What is it? So the main thing about it is that it's the most important factor in weight loss. It triggers the two main hormones that are responsible for our weight loss, being growth hormone and insulin. The growth hormone is the anti-aging hormone, and it's the most powerful fat-burning hormone that protects our muscles, helps us build lean muscle tissue, keeps us looking good, keeps us looking young, and it makes us feel good. Whereas insulin, on the other hand, is the total opposite. Insulin is the hormone that causes you to store fat. That's its main objective, is to store that energy for the rainy day. If you constantly have insulin in your bloodstream, you will not be able to lose fat. You will not be able to keep any fat off. Fat, meaning dietary fat, fat that you eat, whether it's from animal fat, plant fat, it doesn't matter. Any kind of fat that you ingest does not raise your blood insulin levels at all. Carbohydrates raise your blood insulin levels, proteins raise your blood insulin levels, but fat does not, and that is why it is such a good food to eat when you're trying to lose weight. It does not trigger that insulin. So as that insulin level gets low while you're intermittent fasting, you're not eating, so your insulin level can finally level out. Your organs get a chance to kind of relax themselves instead of constantly churning out food and constantly trying to digest something. You're constantly eating. It's an onslaught of food all day long. You can rest your digestive system, and it actually feels pretty good after a while. Insulin makes us look old. It makes us fat. Let me look at this picture. This picture, I was probably 2 years younger than I am now. Okay, and look how old they had me looking. If that doesn't tell you all you need to know, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Insulin is also so powerful of a hormone that it will block growth hormone. So here you have growth hormone that's trying to work, trying to get you, svelte, snatched, all that. But then you have insulin coming in from that piece of toast you had with your bacon and eggs that's actually gonna fight against you. So you've got to, with keto and intermittent fasting, you get these two hormones in check so that they're working for you and not against you, causing you to gain weight. I had in my mind set that I just had the body that just wanted to naturally store fat, when that actually could not be further from the truth. I was just eating wrong. I never thought I would have that problem of having a problem keeping weight on. You know what I mean? It's just too damn far out for me. What makes it so powerful is that if you've destroyed your metabolism throughout the years, if you just feel your metabolism is just diddly squat, you just feel like you're just stuck in a rut, no matter what you eat, it's going right here. If you feel like that, this is perfect for you. It really is perfect for you. It fixes any issues that you have with food. Your cravings go away. All sorts of things that you just couldn't even imagine happen when you switch and when you let go of the carbs and embrace the fat. Like I say, fat tastes good. I love eating real cheese and, whole fat cheese, whole fat dairy, and, meat and fried chicken with the skin. Now, mind you, it's not breaded with regular flour, but you can still fry a chicken. And when I do the cooking show, I'm going to show you how you can actually oven fry chicken to where it's crispy and crunchy. That skin, you don't want, soggy skin on your chicken. You want nice and crispy and crunchy, and remind you of fried chicken. The ketogenic diet, intermittent fasting, it is very powerful, very powerful. Millions of people across this country are having tremendous success with the ketogenic diet. Myself, people that I've told about it. My husband, he's getting ready to start. My coworker, she just texted me today. She's down almost 30 pounds. I just want to reiterate the fact that our bodies are designed to take care of itself. It's designed to self-heal. That's why when we get a scratch, you know, it'll self-heal. When you start eating this way, you tap into your body's innate ability to optimize your ability to look great and to burn fat naturally. That's the secret. I'm not deprived of anything at all. Do I miss bread? Not really. I used to, but no, I really don't. I've tasted it and it doesn't even taste the same anymore. I actually find it a little bit gummy. That's just the texture of all bread. All carbs to me just taste a little bit gummy now. We just really skim the surface in this video. Just really giving you a brief introduction as to what is keto, why is it powerful, what is intermittent fasting, what is insulin, what is growth hormone, because you're gonna hear me bring these things up and hear these things mentioned time and time again after you sit and listen to any discussions about the ketogenic diet. Because like I said, at the end of the day, it all comes down to science. Our digestive process, every bit of what goes on in our bodies is science. And if you know the science behind why you are doing what you're doing and what happens to your body when you eat what you eat, knowing that different foods cause different reactions. 700 calorie day of Twinkies is not the same as 700 calories a day of avocados. Now, granted, it's still 700 calories, but your body is going to interpret that 700 calories in two totally different ways. It's going to react two totally different ways. You can best believe you're going to feel two totally different ways, whether if you ate 700 calories worth of Twinkies versus 700 calories of avocados. So that concludes part 1. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and like my video. Go ahead and share it, subscribe to the channel. And like I said, I'm going to be bringing you so many things going forward. Know that we do have some exciting news for going forward with this keto life. We're embarking on a new journey, me and my husband Chip. We're taking this thing and we're going to do it all the way. Like I said, we're going to bring y'all cooking tutorials and weekly videos about how we just go about doing keto. Keto can be done in restaurants and different places. You just got to really know what to do and have a game plan going in. Like I said, I started a ketogenic diet at the time at the state fair. I had to go to the state fair like 2 weeks after I started the ketogenic diet. And I will just say it was brutal. It was terrible, but I made it. And I'm here today. I did not give in to the food. And I stand here today down to 130 pounds. If you're ready for your transformation and to hear exactly what I did to hear my foolproof method of the ketogenic success, you stay tuned. I'm gonna hook you up and give you everything you need to know right now. So watch part 2. See y'all.